joining me now, live at Outpost, is Jimmi Carr. How are you doing?
Very good. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks so much for coming in. Now, you're a first-time guest on the Outpost. Is it your first time at 2SER?
I have been into 2SER, I think, when I was promoting the very first album, which was a long time ago when the studio wasn't here either.
Used to be up the top of the UTS tower. Yeah. Welcome to the Outpost then.
Thank you.
We may delve a little further back since you're a first-timer here, as well as talk about your latest record, last year's Second Story.
Yep.
Now, Jimmy, let's get to the important questions first. I was at the Excellent Music Conference and event as a delegate at the Australian Music Week in Cronulla just a few months back.
Yep.
That I know the Jimmi Carr band showcased out. How was that for you guys?
Oh, well, it was just me solo, actually. It was great. I got a lot out of it. Yeah, there was a lot of really good stuff there, and the venue that I played at was a little cafe in an alleyway, but and I wasn't sure what to expect, but it was actually pretty packed. It was great. It was good to see the old industry heavyweight dinosaurs having a yarn, the Michael Gudinski and Michael Chugg, and was really awesome. I stuck around and saw Paul Kelly.
Yeah, I was at Paul Kelly too.
Yeah, that was really great. I wanted to go and meet him, but I chickened out. And he was also getting mobbed a bit. He was,
yeah. Now, I was also at the cinema complex there at the Australian Music Week, where a lot of the keynote talks and discussions took place. While I was there, I ducked into the men's and was standing at the urinal doing what you need to do there. And I look up and square bang in front of me, there's a Jimmi Carr band sticker inside the toilets on the wall. How rock and roll. Now, great bit of promo. How'd that possibly get there?
Oh, I wouldn't know. I must just have a lot of fans in Cronulla.
Great answer. You hail all the way from the Blue Mountains, though. Where exactly are you based?
I'm in the mid-mountains. I live in Hazelbrook, which is, for people, I suppose people know the mountains, but It's about 20 minutes down the hill from Katoomba.
Yep. Did you grow up in the mountains?
Yeah, I grew up in North Katoomba, yep.
Okay. Do you get to play much out there? I know there's a great folk scene and some excellent little venues in Katoomba at least.
Yeah, I think Katoomba really punches way above its weight in terms of live music and venues and artists. For a relatively small place, there's actually a lot of venues. It's been great. I've felt really supported in my hometown my whole life. I've been doing music since I was a teenager, and it's great. I can't complain.
Besides playing Australian Music Week, you launched the Second Story album with a show earlier at Lazy Bones in Marrickville. When did Second Story actually get recorded, and who, with, and where?
It got recorded last year, 2019. Feels a bit weird saying last year. It seems pretty current still. I produced it myself at my home studio, and it was mastered by the great Don Bartley, who's now based in the Blue Mountains as well, which was handy. I did a couple of albums with my electronic side project that I produced myself in the last couple of years, but this is the first kind of organic record that I've done and mixed entirely by myself. And then on to the Don.
How long has the Jimmi Carr band been a happening thing, and who's in the band?
The current lineup has got Lockie McEwen on drums and Tom Pilgrim on bass. So this is the, third or fourth kind of lineup over many, many years. So this lineup has been going since about 2017. Previous to that, I had a bit of a break from doing rock music. I was doing the kind of electronic crossover stuff and doing uni for quite a few years. I got a bit disillusioned with the industry for a while, but now I'm old and happy. Not so old.
No, you do go back a lot further than the new record Second Story.
Yeah.
As the title suggests, there is actually a first story also, isn't there? In fact, the CD version of Second Story comes with a bonus disc titled First Story, the early years, 2004 to 2016. Do you want to tell us about your first story years in music a bit?
Oh, yeah, well, I guess it was just a good, I thought it was a good title to go with the Second Story. Yeah, I guess I had kind of had this fantasy that I would, because that was such a long time between these kind of albums for me. The last album I did under my own name was 2011, and I was like, I'll do one more, and it'll come with a bonus best of, because just in case no one's heard of me and wants to hear the kind of back catalogue. So I just forked out the extra cash, and I didn't take a lot of feedback on what I should put on there. It's really my preferences.
Of course, it's your record.
Yeah. From whatever the greatest hits that never were, or whatever. And I included a couple of tracks from Inimec as well, which was that other project I was talking about.
Back to the present, you are in the midst of a run of shows at the moment. You're in Sydney this weekend. Saturday night, you're playing Lazy Bones Lounge in Marrickville once again. A few days ago, you did a show in Melbourne and also played Albury and Bendigo in Victoria.
Yep.
How was all that? Did you manage to stay out of the way of all the devastating fires?
It was pretty hairy. It was quite alarming, how far the smoke stretches. Like, we were in really pretty thick smoke all the way from Melbourne back to Sydney on the way back.
Yeah.
Like, very, very thick. And we've been living in the mountains for the last couple of months, almost all the time.
Because there was the fires out at Currajong and Lithgow.
There's fires to the north and the south of us still, yeah. But, we got through. There was one spot where we were coming from Albury to Melbourne to do the radio show, and a fire popped up that wasn't on the map yet, and my sister had actually been with us at the Albury show, and she came through half an hour later, and she actually the fire actually hit the highway. Wow. And she got detoured, so we only just made it through that one. She was okay, but yeah, that just shows how fast they can come up. Bendigo was nice, clean air. That was really good at kind of central Victoria, and that was a very cool venue as well, the Handlebar.
We'll come back and talk more on this weekend's Lazy Bones show soon. Before that, you're now going to play a song for us here in the 2SER studios this afternoon. What song are you going to do?
I'm going to do the current single, which is Monkey Kingdom.
Jimmi Carr live at the Outpost.
Raise the flags and light them fires on the hill. Looks like it's hanging time again. Salute your chosen. God is flying to the sun. The blood will rain on everyone. And the waters, they will rise. Our final words projected through a hole in the sky. And we will gather on the shore. Our gods, they cannot rule this monkey kingdom no more. Behind the walls, the golden future of your dreams. Oh, how that golden city gleams. Salute your chosen. God is lying on the beach. Your chosen gods are out of reach. And the waters, they will rise. Our final words projected through a hole in the sky. We will gather on the shore. Our gods, they cannot rule this monkey kingdom no more. And when the ship comes in, we'll be waiting there for you. You sailed this dirty sea, your dirty dreams are coming true. And when the ship comes in, we'll be waiting there.
Jimmy Carr, stripped back and raw, live at the Outpost here in the 2SER studios this afternoon, doing the song Monkey Kingdom. The studio version of that one is available on the latest Jimmy Carr Band record, Second Story. Thanks for playing live for us this afternoon.
You got the edited version by mistake. I realised that I played it a bit short at that time. But anyway, there you go.
Now, Jimmy, as well as having the double CD version with the bonus disc, it's also available on beautiful vinyl. Where can listeners get hold of the album from?
Okay, the album is distributed by MGM. So if you go to the MGM website, you can find it. And if you are looking for me, you've got to spell my name Jimmi. Don't spell it with a Y, or you get that other guy, and that's no good.
So kind of like Hendrix with an extra M.
Yeah, like Hendrix, but with an extra M, Jimmi. So you can go to, I've got Bandcamp, so it's jimmycarr.bandcamp.com, jimmycarmusic.com. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. But yeah, probably a good way to get the stuff is to go to the MGM website.
I better give you a gig, another plug. You have played Albury, Bendigo and Melbourne. This Saturday night, though, it's Sydney's turn, where you'll be at Lazy Bones in Marrickville. Who else is on the bill there this weekend?
We're supporting Z-Star Trinity from the UK. So we'll be probably leaning more towards our kind of heavier rock stuff and the kind of funky side of things, because that's what Z-Star does. So it's a good chance to kind of rock out in that way. But if you're in the mountains and you want to come and check out some acoustic stuff, I'm also playing at the Bunker in Lura from midday on Sunday.
Sounds great. Thank you for dropping by the Outpost, Jimmy Carr. The latest record is called Second Story, double CD version or a vinyl version, both available now. The CD version contains a bonus disc, which is a career retrospective called First Story. The next gig for now, at least, is this Saturday night, Lazy Bones in Marrickville, or you can catch Jimmy playing Sunday in Lura at
the Bunker at midday.
At Bunker at midday. To our Outpost listeners, should get along and support live music in this great city. Thanks for dropping by, Jimmy.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you. We're going to go out now with another song from Second.